Welcome back to News 46. Vision loss is one of the most feared complications of diabetes. If not diagnosed and treated early, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. For decades, laser therapy has been used to treat this complication. However, this procedure can come with some important side effects. A study tested a different kind of treatment using an injectable medication called ranibizumab to see if it would be as effective as laser therapy.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
Imagine your vision going from this to this. These changes can happen slowly or all at once. It's called diabetic retinopathy, and it's the leading cause of vision loss in patients with diabetes.
The most severe form of diabetic retinopathy is called proliferative diabetic retinopathy. There's a development of abnormal scar tissue and blood vessels that are tugging on the retina.
This eye, injected with dye, shows abnormal blood vessels that are leaking. This often causes bleeding or even a detached retina. Healthy blood vessels are very tight and don't leak. Laser therapy is the standard treatment to stop the vessels from leaking.
It's not an ideal treatment because it can affect your side vision, it can affect your adjustment to dark, and in some cases it can make your vision worse.
Dr. Lee Jampol from Northwestern University and co-authors studied more than 300 patients with this severe form of diabetic retinopathy. Patients either receive standard laser therapy or treatment with a newer medication called ranibizumab, which was injected directly into the eye. In total, researchers treated almost 400 eyes. Outcomes, especially vision loss, were compared at 2 years.
And over the course of the 2 years, the patients receiving the injections of the medication did somewhat better than the ones that got the laser. It had less side effects. The peripheral vision stayed about the same in the medication group, but it was diminished in the patients that had the laser treatment. There are other changes that occur in the retina with swelling of the back of the retina, and we know that the injections help to prevent that better than the laser treatment.
Routine eye exams helped identify Michael Graff's retinopathy. Today he sees his ophthalmologist regularly because maintaining his vision is vital.
I'm an artist. It's very important. I couldn't imagine being without it.
So when the patient goes in now to their doctor with proliferative diabetic retinopathy, there's two choices, whereas before there was only one.
Catherine Dolf, The JAMA Report.
Thanks, Catherine. The injectable medication ranibizumab had a low complication rate and showed good safety. 2 hotels, several restaurants, and other businesses were without water and sewer following a water main break on Highway 160 and Dunes Saturday morning.
About 3 o'clock in the morning on between Friday and Saturday, we were dispatched a report of a water main break in the area of Highway 160 in front of the Holiday Inn Express. Crews arrived on location, found a significant leak that was causing erosion along the Highway 160 on the eastbound sides along Frontage Road. Crews worked with UICN. The water was quickly secured. It was also determined that there's going to be a local outage of water for an extended period of time while some of the repairs, especially those temporary repairs that needed to be made. So it affected the fire suppression water and domestic water supply for use of sinks and toilets and things like that for several businesses up until the mid part of the next day.
Including the hotels and restaurants right along there. How did they take care of that? Did they have to bring in water? Do you know?
They actually brought in the equipment from Vegas, some parts and supplies that allowed them to make a repair. But it took a number of hours, but UICN worked diligently throughout those hours to make sure everything was squared away.
There still looks like there's work going on there because it's temporary right now?
Correct. There are some additional parts that are in order that should be arriving, and my understanding, probably tomorrow.
All right. And then will there be a water shutdown during that repair?
Actually, UICN would make a determination, but there is the potential of having a short time a disruption of water while they make that repair.
And some people may say the town is going to pot. The industry is definitely exploding in our valley. Pahrump may have found a niche when it comes to the medical marijuana field. With wide open spaces and our let it be attitude, medical marijuana grow houses, cultivation and processing facilities are in the most part doing a good business here in Pahrump. Fraser Furniture has decided after 21 years to say goodbye. Ron Frazier and his wife Marion are retiring. Their building on Calvada has been bought out by ABB Industries next door, who are expanding their medical marijuana facilities.
Well, obviously, Marion and I have made the decision to retire. And so in doing so, we sold the building, and now we have to sell the inventory. So we're pulling everything out of the warehouses. We've got some great deals going. We hired someone to come in and take care of it for us because it's just too much for the two of us to handle by ourselves.
Yeah.
So we're pretty excited about it. We're going to stay here in Pahrump.
But you're still keeping the Pahrump Life magazine, right?
We are keeping the magazine. That's going to be something that we can do even if we travel, and that's our intent, is to travel.
So the building's been sold to who?
We sold it to the folks next door, and they're going to use it as a medical marijuana facility for growing. So that's
what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
But the good thing about this is definitely that you guys are staying here in town, but also that there's a lot of deals to be had right here at Fraser Furniture.
Right now there's a lot of good deals because the merchandise has to go. And yeah, I'm going to stay here and be involved more in the community. Of course, I'm going to be on the chili cook-off committee, and I'll be fighting Karen Jackson from Kenai. And I'm going to keep beating her.
You had to make sure to add that in there.
That's right.
So you've got all this furniture up for sale. I can see some of the prices that you have the offering price, and what's the deal?
Well, the offering price is what the price would normally be. And of course, when you come in, we've got someone here that's going to tell you what the real price will be after the discounts.
All right, and so can you make a deal?
Absolutely.
All right. And so come on down to Fraser Furniture. Where are you guys at?
We're at 1241 East Calvada Boulevard, and we've been here for 21 years, and now it's time to retire.
21 years. The things that you've seen in 21 years.
We came here when there were about 9,400 people.
Yeah.
So, yes, a lot of growth.
You look like you're doing some good business right now here.
We're doing, well, the deals are so great, of course we're doing good.
Exactly. And the thing is that you still have more things in the warehouse?
Yes, we're pulling them as we have room on the floor.
And almost 300 acres have burned so far in Lovell Canyon in a wildfire that started yesterday. It appears that containment is on the way.
While we weren't directly involved in the Lovell Canyon fire, I've been in contact with the rural fire chief from Clark County. He's indicated that they had a pretty good handle on it. They did have at least 200 acres that was burning. It started earlier, I guess yesterday, went through the course of the day. There were some concerns, but they brought in resources from BLM and other wildland groups, as well as Clark County Fire. So as of last evening when I spoke with the chief via messaging, he indicated things were getting the upper hand, and he felt quite comfortable with the fire.
Is there any homes threatened?
I don't know the details or the specifics, as we weren't directly involved.
When we return, we have an update on the Lake Isabella wildfire.